the stuff. So because reading about Texas Roadhouse and then seeing that video about how they had like a Facebook group where like 4,000 white people was in there talking about how they spit in black people food when they see black customers and stuff. So be careful out there on that. Like first, if you still shopping or eating at Texas Roadhouse, you're crazy. But I'm really starting to think like black people are special or something. There's something that they know, the world knows about black people that we probably don't know. Like they're special. Think about it. They hate. Like I can't think of a person that I think about that I just hate. Like I can't not. I can't even function throughout my day. Like I gotta spit in their food. I got like if they're in a hospital, I gotta break their bones. Like I need to hate them all the time. I wake up in the morning hating them. I go to sleep at night hating them. White people don't hate nothing they feel superior to. Nothing. You don't believe me? Hurt a dog. Hurt a dog and watch how many white people be on your head. But dogs not human because they like dogs. Dogs aren't human. They love dogs. They're out there swimming with the whales and let's save the whale campaign. Let's save rhinos. They're out there petting rhinos. They're out there endangered species. We need to save all these things. I hate black people. I hate them. It's horrible. They all should die. Like, you do not genuinely hate anything that you feel superior than. You'll give homeless people money in a heartbeat. You don't hate anything that you feel superior than. The reason that it occupies so much time in your mind is because I'm telling you, it's something. It is something. And I'm starting to really think there's some validity in that. Like, how? I can't think of one reason to genuinely hate someone to the point where it affects your life, where you could risk going to prison to show them you hate them, to pay money for signs, build signs, get in your truck, drive somewhere, to hold signs, to show people how much you hate them. You're spending time out of your day, out of your life to do that. For people who you feel superior than, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. I don't know a single person in the world who hates squirrels enough to where they're spending time going around. No. You only do that to someone you know is better than you. That's the only way you can feel that way. You have to know that that person is better than you. And then you'll go do all that, I guess. But it is something to it. I promise you it is something to it. Nobody's just hating a whole group of people with their whole heart for the rest of their life and spending time, energy, money to just show them that they hate them. That's insane. Whole institutions, organizations are being funded and built for that. You know how much energy, time, effort goes into that? They're poor people who are struggling because billionaires are taking their stuff and they just still hate black people. That's wild to me, and I really think there's something to that.
All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. On to the like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. There's a lot of things to say about this matter, which is not surprising. It's not surprising how it's coming out. It's not surprising is that it's taken this long to acknowledge that. And it's going to take a lot of you so-called black people, Hispanic, Latinos, Native Americans to accept the fact. But while we've been telling you for a long period of time, and you still can't get it. Like there's an awakening taking place. An awakening has not stopped. It's going to continuously take place, and people are going to realize a lot of things. A lot of things are going to come into men and women's mind. And either it's going to come, ultimately it's going to come in the form of danger and action when you see it, but it's going to be too little too late. And that's the whole point. You have to understand, why is it happening? When did it all started? All right. Why is it going down, or is it going to change? And sorry to tell you people, it's not going to change. It was designed this way. We was designed to be hated by everyone else. And but the only thing that didn't go accordingly is that we were supposed to hate those back. Now the reason why they really let's really think about it. If everything is designed to go the way accordingly, and you're not reciprocating the same energy towards these people, and they hate you so much, what do that mean? That means that you're in the wrong spirit. That's what that means, right? You want to know why the so-called white man hates your guts? Because you don't hate him enough. You don't hate him at all. Why is it that every act of so-called love that you show this man, he reciprocate with hate? Martin Luther King, who you Negroes love so much, you know, you hold him to the clouds, showed nothing but tolerance and care. And to this day, you still believe in this false way of doing things. And then what ended up happening? He got taken out violently. A man that was about peace got taken out violently by the enemy because you're not showing the same effect you're supposed to have for them. All right. And even when they had us in captivity, they had us under their thumb, master this, master that. They hated us still, even though we was in their favor. All right, because this hatred is deep. It's deeper than the eyes can see. Okay, and he's now getting it, and he still can't wrap his mind about it. And when you keep calling yourself black, you still in the congregation of the dead. You still lost, right? It's not about even the skin color. That's just a caveat. That's just the top of the line. It's who we are as a people. That's what they hate. All right. That's who they can't stand the most. Because we're Israelites. We are the sons and daughters of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. But it's of Yahweh. All right. We are the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. That's who, and they are the Hebrew Edomites. Okay, so that is the two main forces right now at war with one another. And if I didn't say shalom to the shalom to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, what's that shalom? All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the honors and apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. In case I haven't said it. And if I did, hey, may the Lord bless this lesson. But real quick, Romans 13 and 11. It says, no, sorry, 10. Love worketh no ill towards his neighbor. So the response we have been given when you give that act of love is nothing but hatred. All right. This is a main thing, and people misunderstand the values of knowing who's who and what's what. You are. I was watching something on a honey badgers, right? Those are most second, the most one of the best beasts out there, and it was a honey badger versus. Well, it's not versus, but it was a honey badger and a baboon. And how the people sit there and explaining something. The announcers, whatever. I forgot the guy who was narrating. Yeah, and he was saying so the honey badger was going into this hole, I guess, to get some bugs. Then the baboon came right behind and pulled him off of it. Like, nah, this is mine. So they kept going back and forth. And one of the things that the guy said about the honey badger, they don't have it was by design by the Lord. They're fierce creatures. They're very fierce. All right, they will fight tooth and nail anything on anyone at any time, but they don't have that fight fight the flight. Um, they don't have that, like they're not operated like that. So when it comes to someone is more dangerous than them, bigger than them, that can actually kill them, they don't have no fear. Now, fear is a good thing. It's a very good thing. All right. So just I had to say that because when it comes to our people, it is the complete opposite. All right. They have the fear of the white man, but they have this infatuation with so-called white man, even to the point of like this guy, Elder Gabar, former Elder Gabar GOCC, came up by the Apostles' Camp. I'm just gonna leave it on there because I'm gonna read this anyway. And he was all about, at the end of when he left, he had to bring it out. It was about saving the nations. They got this infatuation. Jake has this infatuation of saving the nations when the nations give two shits about you. But it's not any nation. No, 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 no. Not any Gentiles, not any of the nations. It's a particular nation. One particular nation out of all of them. They will go tooth and nail. They will go all over the world to ensure the safety of these people. And it's actual a sickness. All right, is an actual sickness. And with all the stuff that they do to you, every single thing that they have done unto you as a people, you still hold them in the highest regard. But the one rule that you don't get, which I'm about to read it right now, Sirach 12 and 10, never trust thine enemy. That's the one rule you have completely forgotten. It's like your mind is just gone. Because you trust every single thing that this man says, knowing his history, knowing how he has done you to your people over and over consistently, to this moment where you still and shocked that the behavior that they show you is utter hatred. They spitting in your food, they hanging you, they destroying, they lie on you. All right. If you do wrong, they throw the book at you. Like these notions never change. These things never change. When it has to change? Why? Because you got a few victories here and there, minute victories. You know, you still pay for OJ. All right, you still pay for OJ, and OJ got away because he had a super. They call it the dream team. But the majority of our people, they can't afford no dream. They can't even afford a dream, let alone the dream team. And you still believe in this man's justice. You still believe in that he has his best interest for you. And all he have shown you is nothing but hatred. Nothing but hatred. Every single act that he has shown, it was nothing but hate. Even to the point that he did you dirty in the past, and he's doing you dirty right now by removing all the stuff that he has done. All right? But yet you go around, you believe in this devil. You believe in these people. It said, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Because no matter how you clean something that a certain type of metal, iron, no, sorry, iron is gonna always rust. And no matter what you say to these devils, no matter if you try to baptize them, you try to take care of them, it's always gonna be the same. They always going to stab you in the back, harm you, lie upon you. Okay? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And that shall be unto him as if that has wiped away a looking glass, and that shall know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. So yeah, you clean them, He could do all this great service. He's still gonna remain the same. He's still gonna look at you the same. And a lot of these devils, they're not even being true to themselves. Because if they was all of them was true to themselves, oh, they would know for a fact they hate Jake, which is all good. It was meant to be like that. Like I said, I'm gonna bring it up. It was meant to be like that. The Lord created this way to go down. Stop wondering why they hate you. Wonder why you don't hate them enough to protect yourself. All right. You say, I just, you just can't walk around with hate in your heart all the time. Well, they do. So if you walk around with love all the time and forgiveness, they got you. They really got you. All right. Set him not by thee. Least when he have overthrown thee, he shall stand up in thy place. So royally, anything that you have, if you have something that's over this man, or like came to mind. We watch Roots, the television series. It was Chicken George, Chicken George children that was in the plantation, and there was an Irish couple that was neighbors to them. Now, even though they flipped it in the show, but so when the Irishman and his wife sold himself into slavery, there was two different slavery. You had I forgot the guy's name, but Chicken George's offsprings, they were cattle slaves. Even though one of the main, it's kind of important, but it's not important. But the main guy, he was a blacksmith, so he had like a little, you know, preference or privilege or something like that, but not that much. He was still a slave. But the white man, he was working. The Irishman, he was working. And when they sold the plantation, they gave the Irishman a position to be an overseer, automatic, you know. But he befriended the guy and his wife, and then the Irishman let the power get to his head. So even though they seemingly on your side, if they're not from the stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they may look like an Israelite foreigner. Beware of them. Don't bring them by your side. Okay, even though in the movie show, he helped them because something had to. I believe something had happened to one of the brothers, and that's when you know, kind of put the guy back in his place. But before that, he was in that spirit. Like he didn't give a fuck about he didn't give a fuck about Jake. All right, but that's just an example. Now, if you go into the middle age, what they call it, medieval times, that had a lot to do that with that. Even though, oh shit, I'm thinking about it. Even certain creations on this side, they took credit for, and so forth. So they don't trust these mother effers, man. It says, "Set him not by thee, least when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh a wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who would pity?" That's why there's no sympathy that goes to Jake that trusts in the so-called white man, because he's a beast. His history teaches you how much of a beast that he is, how he sees you, how he cares less about you. What changed? Can somebody explain it? Oh, because you had a black president? That even made it worse for you. And every time you think it changed, keep changing the goalposts. But this hatred, it goes back to Jacob and Esau. All right. Matter of fact, let me just go to the point we're here. Genesis 27, and this is the blessing. Jacob got the blessing, and Esau hated Jacob because of that. All right. Now he forgave him down the line, man to man, but his descendants, oh no. They hate um they hate Jacob or Jake to this day. It says, I started 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And that by thy sword shall I live. And so this is Esau's blessing, the so-called white man's blessing. All right? His blessing is the good parts of the earth, the skies, space, proving that who they are, and he's going to run this world by the sword. That's his blessing. It says, and thou shalt serve thy brother, which was according to the prophecy, the elder shall serve the younger, right? And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that shall break his yoke from off thy neck, which goes into history. That goes twice during after Solomon's death. All right, the Edomites were under servitude well, they was in a run from um, Solomon. Well, really David and Joab. But after Solomon's death, they came back into power and became the adversary. And the second time around, which that's the Middle Age, what they call the Middle Age. The Middle Age, Dark Ages, whatever. And that's when he completely took over the power seat. Europe was not all white. All right. Europe became the way it was during like 1353 when the rats that wear the small hats took over. It was infiltrating and allowing their people to come into position of power. That goes into history. A lot of people don't know that. All right. Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So he held this hatred for a long period of time. All right. But like I stated before, that hatred went from to his generation. So now his people, his descendants, hated, all right, the Israelites. They completely hated the Israelites to this day. Nothing changed. And that was which is what you call, matter of fact, which one should I get first? Amos? Let me get the one in Amos, because no, it's Zechariah. I think it's Amos. Amos 1 and 11. It says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, Esau descendants became the Edomites. All right? And Edom means red. Before, it said, and for 4, sorry, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, In his anger did he tear perpetually. He kept his wrath forever. So that perpetual means forever. That's why when they see, no matter what generation it is, oh, racism is over and so forth, they will say all this madness and the hatred is still there. No matter what generation it is always remain the same. And they have a special hatred towards what they call African Americans. They hate you the most because you're the head tribe. So they have this hatred forever. It was just the way the Lord intended it to be. Romans 9:11. It says, "For the children being not yet born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. And it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated." So the Most High himself hates Esau because the Lord loves Jacob. He loves us. All right. It may not feel that way for you uneducated people, you know, that God loves the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. How can you say so? Because we're getting the punishment of it. We're getting chastised as sons. That's why the Lord's dealing with us. We being punished for going off, and the Lord's using them to punish us. But what they failed to understand, they're being used as throwaways. For what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. So, how can God hate? Of course God can hate. He created everything. And it says, "For he said unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up." So Pharaoh, when you read Exodus, who Moses combated, Pharaoh was the oppressor. He was the ruler. All right. And he refused to let, I gotta say it like this, God's children go. So that's the same thing applies to this day. They won't let you go. They can't let you go. They let you go. Who else is gonna hate? They need Jake to hate. All right. It's in their spirit. So the Lord allowed Pharaoh to do the things that he was doing to build up his kingdom, to be a mighty kingdom on the face of the earth, so that way he could take his ass down. Same thing's happening here. Why everybody, Jake is crying foul. Why they hate us so? Because they know what's coming for us, and what's coming for us is the kingdom of heaven. And he said something special about blacks. Yeah, you're right. We are special. We are the Lord's chosen people. We're Israelites. All right, which means what? We are the sons of the living God. We're the princes of the power. And it says, "This same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth." So the name of Yahweh is going to be resonant. All right, is going to be known to the earth for what he have done unto his rival, the ones that he hated the most, which was Esau. Therefore have he have mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden. Thou shalt say then unto me, why doeth yet he find fault? For who have resisted his will? So they're playing their part, we gotta play our part. The problem is our people are not playing the right part. Our people is too infatuated and appease these people. All right, they just want to be as these people. They want to do the things these people would do instead of being your own. You want to be accepted by the devil, and which he will never accept you. So our people have real issue. Nay, but O man, who art thou that replies against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? So the Lord created Jacob and Esau to hate one another. All right, that their descendants will always be at war towards one another. There's nothing you can do about it. The problem with our people is they've always been in this love tip, and look what love got you. It says, "Have not the potter power of the clay, of the same lump, to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath, to make his power known, endureth with much long suffering, the vessel of wrath fitted for destruction?" In which the vessel of wrath fitted for destruction is the Edomites. That is why the Lord made that statement. Jacob, that's why Paul put that back in the scriptures. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Sirach 10:33 and 10. Yep. All men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Most High divided them and made their ways diverse. Which all men on the planet Earth is a descendant of Adam. But everybody is different, right? People are different, eat different, they do things differently. There's nothing wrong with that. It makes everybody in their own unique way. Some of them he has blessed and exalted, and some of them he has sanctified. And the some that he has blessed and exalted is the Israelites, the special people. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Matter of fact, let me get that. You always try to do a quick one, but can't do it. It says Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So the Israelites were holy, meaning separate, and special. So when the man made a statement, he said that black, quote unquote, black people are special. That's not a lie. Because the Lord made us special. Everything that we do is unique. We are the trendsetters. We are the creative of life and everything so forth. Why them? They're nothing but parasites. All right, they're nothing but literally parasites. They need us to create so that way they could turn around and bastardize things. So we are the people that the Lord loves dearly, and they hate that. It says, "Some of them he have blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself," Israelites. "But some of them he have cursed and brought low and turned out their places," the Edomites. All right, "Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render them as liking him best." Liking whom? Talking about liking the Most High best. What he see fits. He is the creator of all things. "Good is set against evil, life against death. So the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High. They are two and two, one against another." That's how the Lord created everything. And everybody agrees good is set against evil. Everybody agrees that. There's no gray area. This society will push that gray area bullshit and keep everybody in this lullaby state. This is how you protect yourself. The whole Nolan Wells situation is a prime example, and there was others, and you see a lot of so-called black men and women being hung. What is the lesson behind that? Lesson behind that is don't trust these people. They hate you. And there's nothing you could say to them that could make it them feel different. They hate you, you gotta hate them. There's nothing wrong with that. You gotta protect yourself. When I forgot the guy like went up in that black church, but it was praying and turned around and shot and they accepted his ass. He turned around and shot everyone up. That was an act of love, that was an act of hatred. Now if they was keen on what the scripture says truly, they were like, nah, you can't come up in here. And they would have been saved. They would have saved themselves at that moment. But all these acts that we see is the harsh lesson. Why this thing can't go away? Because these people, in the depths of their soul, cannot stand us. All right. So with that being said, I went kind of long, but it is what it is. Because just want to prove a point. Don't be hurrying up and loving these people. Be wise. These are your enemies. They'll always be your enemies. And we're coming to an ultimate pass. All right. So that being said, Shalom to the elected nation. Shalom.